Welcome back to the channel. We brought you very crucial info. We respectfully ask you to stay with us until the end of the video. I will announce the topic first. Job market resilient, but wage growth sluggish. Key insights from the latest jobs report. Inflation shows signs of moderation, but remains above Federal Reserve target. House passes ambitious spending bill to propel infrastructure and combat climate change. Let's move on to the detailed news. Job market resilient, but wage growth sluggish. Key insights from the latest jobs report. In a remarkable display of economic strength, the United States job market exhibited sustained growth in October, surpassing expectations with the addition of 263,000 jobs. This robust performance underscores the continuous expansion witnessed throughout 2023. However, beneath this positive facade lies a disconcerting development for workers. Wage growth has decelerated. The most recent report from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, reveals a meager 0.1% increase in average hourly earnings from September to October, reflecting a mere 4.7% growth over the past year. This slowdown follows a more significant 0.5% surge in September and a 5.2% rise over the year ending in September. Multiple factors contribute to this deceleration, including the Federal Reserve's deliberate interest rate hikes designed to temper the economy and mitigate inflationary pressures. Despite the sluggish wage growth, the job market retains its vigor. October witnessed a decrease in the unemployment rate to 3.7% from September's 3.8%, marking the lowest rate since 1969. Moreover, the demand for labor persists, with an impressive 10.3 million job openings available by the end of September. This equates to an excess of 2 job opportunities for each unemployed individual. The robust job market serves as a promising indicator for the middle-class segment of the population. Increased employment translates into augmented disposable income, empowering individuals to contribute further to consumer spending, a crucial driver of economic expansion. However, the deceleration in wage growth raises concerns for workers. Inadequate salary increments fail to keep pace with the escalating cost of living, exacerbating financial strains on households. Saving for retirement or attaining other financial goals may prove arduous under such circumstances. Future outlook for the job market and wage growth. Looking ahead, it is expected that the Federal Reserve will persist in raising interest rates to counter inflationary pressures. Consequently, this course of action may further impede wage growth in the forthcoming months. Nonetheless, the Federal Reserve treads cautiously, aiming to avert an economic recession, thereby mitigating the likelihood of excessively rapid rate hikes. In the near term, the job market is poised to maintain its resilience. Nonetheless, vigilant monitoring of wage growth becomes imperative. Slowing wage growth could potentially signal a broader economic slowdown, necessitating proactive measures and heightened attention. The latest jobs report portrays a job market that remains sturdy, with consistent growth and a decline in unemployment rates. However, the gradual deceleration in wage growth raises concerns for workers, highlighting the disparity between earnings and the rising cost of living. As the future unfolds, it becomes crucial to closely observe wage growth trends and their implications for the broader economy. Let's move on to the other info. Inflation shows signs of moderation, but remains above Federal Reserve target. The United States witnessed a slight deceleration in inflation during October, as indicated by the Consumer Price Index, CPI, a crucial metric for gauging price increases. Inflation stood at 7.7%, down from September's 8.2%. While this figure still exceeds the Federal Reserve's target of 2%, it does suggest a nascent trend towards moderation. The moderation in inflation can be attributed to several factors, including the deliberate interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve, aimed at curbing economic growth and tempering inflationary pressures. Additionally, the easing of supply chain disruptions and a decline in global energy prices have contributed to the overall decline in inflationary pressures. The moderation in inflation brings a sigh of relief to middle-class Americans, who have grappled with the burden of escalating prices. It indicates that the purchasing power of their earnings is not eroding as rapidly as in recent months, providing some respite amidst financial challenges. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that inflation still surpasses the Federal Reserve's target, indicating its persistence at levels detrimental to sustainable economic growth. Consequently, the Federal Reserve is expected to continue raising interest rates in a concerted effort to combat inflationary pressures. As per Federal Reserve projections, inflation is anticipated to continue its moderation in the upcoming months. However, it is likely to persist above the Fed's target of 2% for a significant portion of 2024. Furthermore, the Federal Reserve forecasts a deceleration in economic growth for 2024, although a recession is not anticipated at this time. The recent data reveals a slight moderation in inflation, signaling a positive development for the overall economy. Middle-class Americans can find solace in the fact that the pace of price increases has eased, providing some stability to their purchasing power. However, the urgency to address lingering inflationary pressures remains, prompting the Federal Reserve to employ measures such as interest rate hikes. As the future unfolds, close monitoring of inflation trends and their impact on economic growth will be essential for maintaining stability and fostering sustainable prosperity. Let's move on to the other info. House passes ambitious spending bill to propel infrastructure and combat climate change. On November 15, 2023, the U.S. House of Representatives achieved a significant milestone by passing a comprehensive $1.7 trillion spending bill aimed at addressing pressing issues such as infrastructure development, climate change mitigation, and other crucial priorities. Known as the Build Back Better Act, this legislation garnered a vote of 220 to 213, highlighting the House's commitment to driving positive change. The Build Back Better Act encompasses a wide range of investments and initiatives designed to propel progress in various areas. Here are the key provisions. The bill allocates $550 billion to bolster infrastructure projects, including the revitalization of roads, bridges, public transit systems, and the expansion of broadband internet accessibility. A significant portion of the funds, also totaling $550 billion, will be dedicated to clean energy and climate change efforts. This entails providing tax credits to incentivize renewable energy adoption and electric vehicle usage, funding climate research and development, and investing in infrastructure that can withstand climate-related challenges. The bill also seeks to improve access to affordable healthcare, extend the expanded child tax credit, and allocate funding for other vital social programs. If passed into law, the Build Back Better Act holds the potential to yield significant impacts on the U.S. economy and society at large. The bill aims to create millions of jobs, address the pressing climate crisis, and provide much-needed relief to working families grappling with financial hardships. While the House has successfully passed the Build Back Better Act, the bill is now confronted with opposition in the Senate, primarily from Republicans. The opposition argues that the bill's size and scope make it excessively expensive and wasteful. As it stands, the bill's fate in the Senate remains uncertain. The primary challenge to passing the Build Back Better Act lies in the opposition from Senate Republicans. Concerns about the bill's cost, potential inflationary effects, and impact on the federal deficit are driving objections from this segment of lawmakers. Supporters of the Build Back Better Act assert that it represents a vital investment in the future of the United States. They contend that the bill's implementation would generate millions of jobs, address the urgent climate crisis, and expand access to affordable health care. Proponents further argue that the bill's costs would be offset by raising taxes on corporations and wealthy individuals. The future of the Build Back Better Act remains uncertain as it navigates the Senate's landscape. There is a possibility that the bill may undergo modifications to secure passage. However, it is also plausible that the bill may face opposition from Senate Republicans, potentially resulting in its demise. The passage of the Build Back Better Act in the House represents a significant step towards addressing critical issues such as infrastructure development and climate change mitigation. While challenges lie ahead, the bill's ambitious goals and potential impacts have ignited debate and anticipation. The coming weeks will determine the bill's fate and its potential to shape the future of the United States. These were the stories we had available at the moment. More information will be provided in a few hours. Remember to subscribe in the meantime.